Now I want to carefully peel it out of its packaging. You might want to wipe down the area a bit so that we don't have abrasives. And we're not going to need this lid, so we're going to paste this down. And now, oh look, there's already imperfections on it. Oh no, that wipes off. Okay, we're going to want to protect this thing because as we're manipulating on it, it's going to get really scratched up. So we need to go ahead and do one of these. Oh yeah, I love it when it trails off like that. Really super effective. Thing is, we're also going to need strips for the side because we're going to be working on that too. Right, now we're ready. So, certain prerequisites you need to consider here. I got random foam. It's gonna go on the pedal like this. And then we gotta be able to sit a 9-volt battery right about there like that. I got these jacks. I also got them from Mauser. I forget who they are. That kind of wants to be placed so that it wedges the battery nicely snug. I'm gonna go ahead and mark center. Got a nice mark here indicating center. Wonder if that's where they intend you to put a switch. If that's like some easy like little, oh, put the switch right here, but no, your battery wouldn't fit. It's got to go there. Tricky part is that's going to drill from the outside. Well, it's a good thing they give us a center point, right? I'm going to go ahead and pilot that right now before I accidentally wear out that mark. Now our circuit, we want those pots upwards like, and we want to make sure that once we get that into place, yeah, there's lots of room for jack. Lots of room for jack. We're going to be good. Pots are sitting roughly right about here, right about here. Oh, got to square out. It's a bit big, right about there, which translates to right about there, which means our knobs are going to sit up here like that. That looks a bit goofy, just a bit goofy. Now I just got to figure out where these pots are going to go. So I'm just going to eyeball this now that I know the plane. That looks actually, is it tilted? That better not be tilted. No, it's straight. There's an optical illusion. So we'll put those so that they're roughly, mark our centers. Huh. What size holes are these? 6, 8, 8. It seems that I don't have the right size bit. I'm gonna have to kick it Price is Right rules and ream it out. Now, I do have a drill press to do this, but I don't feel like setting it up. Now, I do believe I got a good center hole there, so that drills like butter anyway. I like how it's chucking debris everywhere, even though it's going so slow. I've sharpened my pants here. Nice clean holes. Let's see. Oh, one of them. Yeah, this one moved a bit. Oh, I see. It's this guy here. This guy walked. Oh, you're a bastard. This one's bang on though. Oh, we're gonna be here for a while custom fitting because that bit walked just enough to be annoying. I'm using this deburring tool to ream out holes often because it cuts. And I'm kind of putting a bias on that edge to kind of get the hole that way a bit more. And it also needs to go up a bit. And this would be very difficult to do with steel, but this aluminum, oh boy, it's like butter. I don't think we'll actually be here all day fitting this. The hole's now officially big enough. Spacing. Still a bit tight. It's putting flex on the board. We don't want that. Gotta basically keep working it till that drops in effortlessly. Oh, 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 so close, so close. Just a little bit more. Let's see how it fits from the inside. Oh yeah. Oh, I think we're gonna be good now, bud. Look at that. It's solid. I should be able to pull on that chip without screwing things up too badly. All right, so now with this guy mocked up in there, let's get, at least one nut into place. I want to pilot where my jacks are going to be, so that's going to be in. So I'm going to have one of my amphenol's in here. So center will be there. Spacing wise, oh, she's tight, bud. Like, because these, oh. You know what, I'm going to drill out this guy so that we know. That'll make it a little bit easier to size things up. Oh, 12 millimeters, ½ inch. For a ½ inch, I pretty much have to use a cone bit. That looks reasonably center this time. I'll let us cone bit ½ incher in there. Oh, butter. Butter. Oh boy, that hole's actually bigger. That's all right though. So if we did things right, I should be able to comfortably wedge a battery underneath there. Yeah, pretty much. So, on the input side, oh look at that. We got room for the electrical contacts if they have to dip down. Dash good, bud. Dash good. That means we can put that pretty much center in the box here. Oh, what size friggin' hole do I need for this, bud? 10 mil. 10.76 mil. 7/16. Ooh. Can we go direct to video with this one? Let us confirm. Yes. Ta-da! Oh, 2 more. So we're gonna want a normal input jack here. Whoa, this looks like it's getting tight there because this input jack is gonna have lots of room, never mind. And then our power jack, yes, will fit beside the switch. So even though I want the power jack, oh, can we put the power jack up here? Oh, it's just a bit long. Like there is just enough room if I bend the contacts outwards. I could do this, which I see no reason why I can't, other than they might touch the side of the box. Oh, that's great. My Z50 wasn't running that whole time. Oh well. Okay, let's get this in place and figure that out after. 941 3/8. Yeah, that's good. So we jack there like that, jack there like that. Just want to give it a slight bias towards the top here, so that all those terminals will clear. That's not center. 3 centimeters right here. I'm gonna have to pull the circuit out for this one for obvious reasons. And what size hole is this now? 785 millimeters. That's pretty much the same as these guys. 5/16. Uh-oh, we're getting chowder on our bit. Aluminum likes to stick to things. Yay. All right, now that all our holes are drilled, we can finally put this guy together. But that's gonna require taking the tape off, so we should probably clean up the workbench here so we don't scrape it up, and yeah. Now the paint on this can scratch relatively easy, especially while you're trying to fit components. So I've laid out a soft cloth here, hopefully to take up that impact. One of the first things I want to do is get this power jack installed. Now I kind of need to determine the pinout on this thing. Center positive is very straightforward. And then the middle one appears to be the barrel, and the other one is the switch. Yeah, that's clear. Okay, so it's got a switched barrel with the outside contacts, and that's basically what our battery clip's gonna attach to. So that's gonna be this guy right here. Then positive's coming off of here. Now is when we actually do one of the first attachments to the board here, because the positive connection on here is gonna be pretty much our positive bus. So our battery positive's gonna connect there, directly in parallel with our PCB positive. I know it's not printed. Finally, we will pick a color code. Green. There's more green than blue. I will use green, and then that's gonna feed down to the switches. Feed the negative down to the switches. Notice how I'm biasing all the wires in a specific direction. All right, that jack's ready to go in. Ensemble! Luckily, our battery clip's long enough to span the box. Just have to get these wires down like this. Now, I wish I had a star washer compatible with this guy, but I do not. Oh yeah, bud, that's looking nice. Can we snug it right nice without it twisting? Now my PCB, I know it's not a P, should fit right over that. Yeah. Oh yeah, bud. Nice. Friggin' Mauser individually bagged each washer and nut for these parts. Friggin' package waste, bud. These ought to be a 10 mil wrench. Yup. Okay, so far so good. We should position the input jack. We got the fingers on the correct side so that if I pop these in there, question is there room for a washer? There often is not. Okay, that looks all right. So yellow's out, white is in. Gonna mount the switch. The switch came with a star washer, that's nice. That sticks out quite a bit. Did they give me an extra set of nuts? Yes, each switch came with 2 nuts. That's good. The switch appears to be 14 millimeter. Try not to let it turn on us. I guess it doesn't matter, it's round. You're not gonna be able to tell if it's out of time. Oh, that's coming together. Now, how they did input on here is they don't actually, they only reroute the in. So the circuit would stay active and the output just gets throttled. So that means the in wire is gonna connect directly to the T of the jack. Slightest dollop of tin. That means we need another piece of wire that's gonna go here somewhere. Get the bypass wire on the switch there. And we have to get it on the jack lug. Right, our first jack connection. Now the output wire coming off the circuit board, I want to kind of run her low. It's going to come to the other side of the jack, so this is basically going to select what's going to the output. Now our black is our main power, or our main ground for the board. That guy goes on to the R, the ring. So we're going to electrify the sleeve, and then when we put our jack in, that's going to short out the ring in the sleeve and power our circuit. Then of course green goes to ring, but it also has to connect to the output jack. So we'll give her a chop. We're gonna get a green ready for pass through. Oh, so close, bud, so close. This jack I have has a very nice click to it. Does have a star washer. This is also going to be the jack that binds our ground to our chassis. So our chassis isn't doing anything other than shielding the circuit. All the grounds here are running independent. And you know, because we don't have this jack bound to the chassis, we have an isolated ground, so no loops. And this is on the amp side. So this chassis here is going to be ground bound directly to the amp. All right, this solder, all our grounds are done. Now we just have to connect the output line and we're done. All right, should we slack this? I doubt it. Maybe just a little bit, like this. Come on. Just wrap that wire around. I think that's it. I think that's it. All that's really left to do is, well, we can put the knobs on. Oh, they float just a little bit higher than I'd like, but, oh, that's good. Oh, yeah. Knobs, switch, jack. All we gotta do is put in the crystals. 741 goes in like this. It's complete. Yo, you gotta kind of mind these metal bits are pressing. You don't have a battery in there. Maybe fold in the foam there. Everything will clear. Yeah, quite nicely. Maybe little bits of wire that kind of stick up against it, but now we get to try it out. I gotta go set up my amp to do that. All right. We got the old 800 set up here. Now, just for quick reference, I'm gonna set up the Malmsteen pedal, and I'm gonna put in the stock 4558, which has a good tone, or a good distortion texture, I should say. And with it gutted, it just kind of sits out like this, right? Ridiculously so. And then I have my special AC adapter that's center positive. Okay, bud. We have our reference. Now let's look up this guy. So, is it gonna catch on fire? Is it gonna smoke? Is it gonna oscillate? Is it gonna make noise? Well, it's not even powered right now. Now it's powered. That's bypassed. What the? I see what they mean by warmer now. It's not excessively noisy. It's not... Okay, that's output. That's usually cranked. Okay, so first thing, I got my gain backwards. How did I screw that up? Oh, there's a noise. Oh no. You know, I can remove the clipping diodes. Let's go to the clean channel to hear what this thing's doing. This thing's got a lot of distortion just in and of itself. Now, so far, I'm not impressed by the sound, not compared to my old one. It sounds like it's got a bit more like the tone is warmer and smoother. Maybe I don't like the vintage tone because I can't see, other than the fact that I did the pot backwards, what else could have gone wrong with this? I gotta fix that because that's like, how the frig did that happen? I swear, I checked it twice. Oh. It does make sense how it went wrong. But, fortunately, the way it's wired, that's a really easy fix. I just have to take it all apart, or at least get the board out. Yeah, when I turn it this way, it's grounding things out, reducing feedback. I'm lucky. That's the only mistake I seem to have made. All I gotta do is detach the wire from that side of the pot and put it on the other side, and we're good if that wire's long enough. I cut it awfully to length here for that position. If I have to replace that wire, then hilarity ensues. Oh boy. Yeah, of course that wire is just a touch too short. Unless I just do that. Because I had slack sticking out the other side of the board. Now it shall be the right length. Okay, that should be crisis averted. Let's put her back in there. Make sure I got the volume pot correct at least. Oh, I might have to do this again with a different layout. And maybe reverse engineering my Malmsteen pedal to get that sound. Because I like that sound, I just want to be able to change op amps on it. Yep, I do see myself building another one of these now. Especially since it's so cheap. Like, it's not exactly expensive to do. All right, back together. Oh, actually, let's try it with the battery next. Make sure that works. So the battery, we kind of want to smush it in with this foam here. Doesn't make swapping it out that easy. Really? Is it tighter under that jack than I anticipated? It might be. Oh, it's just because this wire's getting in the way. Come on, wire. All right, battery's in. Oh, she responds correct now. say. Wow. Only thing left to do is to label this pupper. Oh. Oh, wow. Look at this. Look at this. There's sensitivities in here, sir. This thing vibrating is coming through in the circuit. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and label this off camera, you know, volume, gain, input, output, stuff like that. Or maybe I won't at all. I don't know. But either way, this guy works. This guy definitely works. Does it sound good? I don't know. But it's my first time ever making a pedal, and I did it according to that schematic. So unless for whatever reason my layout is saturating the tone all weird, then I don't know what to tell you. I should take the time to interpret the schematic that's on the Malmsteen pedal and determine if it is the same. I see a 100 ohm, but I see the same amount of resistors. 10U, 16 volts, 4.7U, 50. The only difference is a 100 ohm. It shows 100 ohm here on the voltage input, the positive. Yeah, that seems like what it's on, the power input. Yeah, it looks like the same. Other than I have different choices in capacitors. 102J, wait, there's two 102Js. There shouldn't be two 102Js. Oh, okay, what's going on here? Oh. The input capacitor, this guy right here, is not an 01. It's an 001. And that could explain some of what I'm hearing that I'm not liking. That makes sense to me. Oh. Well then, we might have to revisit this thing further because it looks like it's damn near the identical schematic. Just looking at it. Other than that one capacitor. I think I'm gonna place an order for some capacitors of the correct voltage value. And then we're gonna do a little follow-up, change out cappies in this, and see if I can clean the slop out of that tone a little bit. Because now that's the hang up. Do we call this what it is? And then build another one that's the same as this, just with a different op amp? Or do we fix it to work more the way we want it to work? I'm gonna have to think about this. In the meantime, I'm gonna call this pedal a success. It might be the vintage sound. Maybe I don't like the vintage sound, but nevertheless, we have shipments of op amps coming in. Maybe it's the op amp. Maybe it's the sound of a 741 that I don't like. Either way, we're gonna find out. So, stay tuned. Stay tuned for more. Freaking cute though, bud. Look at that little pupper. Oh boy. I can't wait to hear you on the other side. On my good cap. Yeah.